Hey buds, it's Cheshire Wolf, and today we are playing more Who's Lila. Is it Lila? I can never ever remember if it's Lila or Lila. Regardless, we are here with a very particular mission, and that mission is to figure out something called the Demon. Let me just make another weird expression here. Let's try disgusted. I didn't see what you were saying. She noticed that. Are you alright, William? I'm fine. Okay, weird. The demon is something that I need to find in order to get a lot of endings, and apparently what it is it's some like DLC that I have to unlock in the game, and I'm really not sure exactly what it entails, but I know that I need to get it, and that is what we're doing. We are here to find the demon, and it is going to be here. And I know, like, oh, I'm looking at like information about this game. I'm getting spoiled. I'm not actually spoiling myself in the endings. I'm just getting enough information that I can actually progress, because this game is very confusing if you don't know what to look for. And I don't think that's a bad thing. And I think you want me to continue playing this game and getting more endings. So I think it's in both of our best interests, you know? You just call this place my second home. What happened here? Now it smells like dust and ashes. I came here before once, and I found this telephone that I can't do anything with. And I certainly didn't find a demon. But we're gonna keep looking until we do find one. Fireplace. A place of fire. What's this? Right, I don't know what the pin is for that. Touched by fire, it's about the weird mushrooms, and you're supposed to look at the symbol, which might be the way that we do the demon thing. So can I sit down on the chair? It's doing something. Okay. That's good, right? I am being successful here. Everything's fragmenting. Ooh, it's another one of these kind of situations where I can move around. This time it's in the left screen. Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Who are you? You've unlocked a new palette, Lucid Dream. Ooh, I can't change it right now, but that's kind of funky. That's kind of funkalicious. Ooh, is that me? That sure looks like me. A statue of sorts. It looks familiar. It looks so familiar. It may be made of wax, so lifelike it is. Does it talk? It looks so familiar. His face is like a mirror, isn't it? You cannot help but gaze at it. It's the stranger, who was said to be like William. Okay, I hate that a lot. Wow. That makes my skin crawl a little bit. I don't like when faces do shit like that. Okay. Is that the demon? There were no words spoken. All happened in an instant. How amusing. A vessel for my kin has come on its own. What does the vessel want? With the first movement of your mind, the creature seems to have understood the whole of your desires. It is known. We will help you understand. Nothing is required in return. We don't need your compliance. You may now seek help from my servitor. The demon! Daemon? Demon. I think it's just pronounced demon still. You must acquire him separately. He was uploaded as an addition to this reality. I shall give you a link to his location. Listen carefully. Okay, let me grab my phone so I can put this in. This is kind of the ARG thing, because I need to go and get it from Steam, but I didn't know that it existed without that link. The link is now in your clipboard. Oh, okay, there. I don't need a picture. If you still want to hear from Lawrence, call him on the phone. The demon will know the number once you let him see the phone rotor. Okay. Did I get an ending? I don't know if I got an ending. The Emperor. Is that the ending that I got? Let me quick step into Yu's office. There is. It's the Emperor reversed. Okay. Who's the prince? No one. Whenever you say who, you're just pointing your finger at those stupid projector reels. The prince is not a who. If you want to see the projector light, you have to look beyond the film. Why do you yourself need a reel, then? It's an anchor through which you humans can understand me. I still don't know who Lawrence is. Lawrence's worms tried to make an instrument out of it. They made a reel artificially. Too bad it had my face on it. I couldn't help myself. I always come when someone calls. But I was here before all reels, just like my father was. Okay. Weird fucking lore. I am gonna go get that link to the store, and I will be back. Alright, we are back, and we have now unlocked the demon. What that means, I don't really know. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out together. Summon to desktop. Does that mean that it is on my desktop? Okay, so it's not like doing anything, and I don't know if it'll be different when I actually get into the game. It might. I'm gonna try and get into the game and see if that does anything different. Okay. That is up there. Is that the demon? That might be the demon. That might be helpful here. Will it tell me the passcode to my diary? No, it will not. Okay, I still don't know, unless that... No, okay. I still don't know what the passcode is, or where to find it. And it's blinking, which makes me think that maybe there's something here that it can do differently. Can I do... Will it help me? Will it do something? Will it... I don't know. I don't know how the demon works. Maybe I should go back to the same place I found the demon. What does it do? What does the... How do I make the demon do something? Oh. Okay. So, I don't know if you can... I don't... Which of these is my recording software doing? I'm gonna have to quit out and see what this looks like. Okay, so this is like super janky, but I think it's working out. I think my webcam is back. So what I think is gonna happen, it actually put it on my desktop, put this thing on my desktop. Maybe you can see it. I hope you can see it. I'm gonna go over here. 8. What next? What next? Say something else. 3. 3. Is it changing? It can't be another 3. What is happening? Another 3. Oh man, this is really confusing. Let's go out and go back in and try. Oh, I need to actually dial it. Okay. 5. Okay, I think this is working. Did I not dial a 5? Is that, what is that, 8? Keeps sounding like an 8. It is an 8 this time. Okay. 7. 1. I'm really hoping this records correctly. 7. That was 7, I know that. Okay, finally. Jesus Christ, that took a long time. Okay. Father Lawrence. Father Lawrence was mentioned by Lila in the interrogation with you. The worms of Father Lawrence. Who is it? I must have dreamed it. Father Lawrence? That's the dude who is part of the weird cult that Will was into, who like died in the fire, right? Lawrence. This was what they called the last vessel, wasn't it? William, is that you, William? Yes, it's me. Father Lawrence, where are you? What happened? I thought you died in that fire. Where are you? I'm at a strange place, my dear William. But we deserve this. I should never have tricked you all. My egoism has led to their death and to your consequent suffering. A turn of the wheel. What do you mean, Father Lawrence? She mustn't continue what I started. I thought the Empress was the one to, cease her, but Lila seems to be way too clever to fall victim to such tricks. This is... what the fuck is going on? There's another way. Rybikin? I didn't read that fast enough. Well, that was the name of your colleague, right? Yes, I was too foolish and power-hungry, I suppose, but now it's all vain. You are the only one I wouldn't want to suffer from it. So here's the code you seek. It's from the desktop computer I used. You will find all the information there. 34. Is the desktop computer right over here, I think? Yes. Document contains a single URL. The link is now in your clipboard. Okay. Can I do that? No, that document is locked. It's not 34, is it? No. Okay. So I don't know what that document is. Let me go. I'm gonna go here. It's a card. Okay. Translate from Russian. I don't think it's actually in Russian. Okay, here are the words of Professor F.I. Rybkin. I am Professor Rybkin, and I am here to rel you the truth. The science is lying to you. Imagine if humans, rather than being the generators of consciousness, were in a sort of parasitic relationship with it. What if consciousness was an underlying, inseparable factor of reality, existing outside of an unconditioned be human brains? By human brains, we know animals don't possess consciousness. How did humans come about it, and why does Professor Rybkin find the word possess to be inaccurate in its context? The existence of hard problems of consciousness. Look here. Okay. Hard problem of consciousness. What the hell? Okay, this is crazy. This is like a real philosophical thing. Why and how humans and other organisms have qualia, phenomenal consciousness, or subjective experience. Well, that looks incredibly complex. Among other things, suggests that consciousness, in fact, cannot be understood through traditional scientific means. A correlation between electrical impulses and conscious phenomena is evident, yet how can we even begin to categorize the raw feelings? Look here, qualia. I know I've heard the term qualia before. Subjective conscious experience, such as the sensation of pain of a headache, the taste of wine, or the redness of an evening sky. Qualia obviously cannot exist outside the context of a singular mind. That is different from the physical phenomena any physical phenomena we have ever researched. Thus, it is not unreasonable to assume consciousness to be a quality that exists unrelated to the meat machines of the brains. Such perspective was prevalent even among the older ones, so a term has emerged, the prince. Humans seem to have evolved an analog meat and fluid system, the brain, that conceptually mimics the inner workings of the prince so well that the prince was gradually fooled into thinking he was looking in a mirror. And when he saw his reflection dance a certain way, he would occasionally think that it would be fun to dance the same way. And that's how the pain and suffering of the prince emerged. Humans on their own are on their own nothing, simple meat machines mimicking the grand consciousness. The grand consciousness, however, grants them the great depth of knowledge by letting them be its host. Thus, the human race prevails. Sometimes a work of art makes so many human mirrors act the same way that the prince thinks that the work is a creature to inhabit, dance with. What? A clear example of this is Chet Murray. Chet Murray killed by supremacists? What? Okay, that's gone. Chet Murray is the creator of... Oh, I feel like maybe that wasn't actually a real URL. Maybe? Of Datadog. It's a powerful pictorial agent called a meme. A blurred version can be seen below. It is stated they mentioned this before. They mentioned this at the school. It stated in the article, what began as a harmless picture was later used by a supremacist group consisting primarily of young white male adults. Its insane popularity is difficult to explain. Yeah, this is like a in-universe version of like Pepe the Frog, right? Millions of pictorial agents are born every day and forgotten in a matter of minutes. Apart from its illustriousness, this artistic presence had a rather tragic and ironic fate. It almost seems to have gone completely opposite to the author's intentions, ultimately killing the author by the hands of the supremacist group. This is why the image is blurred. I am not willing to be subject to its wrath. The controlled method of creating the ultra-influencing works of any media. For many years, I've worked with my colleague, friend, and low-tier blank... Okay, nothing. Professor W.A. Lawrence. Since the aforementioned example was made without premeditation and had effect it had due to pure luck, it is believed that media items of high effectivity can only be created intuitively. This is not true. We have been fooled, controlled by the order of blank, who utilized the artificially crafted mimetic agents in order to control society. Professor Lawrence was the one who devised a generalized method for creating such works and controlling them. The special forces tried to shut him up, but you can't hide this from us. Here's a link to his original scientific paper. The password may not be revealed openly, but the daemon knows it. Look at answer.txt base folder. I trust your judgment. Oh my god, this is like a whole ass ARG, right? Something daemon, answer, that's in Russian. Itch.io. What? Oh, but I don't have the password. What? Okay. I need to find answer.txt. I'm sure that's in the game files, but I'm really, really, really bad at computers and I don't know where my game files are. So I'm going to do some more research into this. I'm going to try and find that. I'm also going to start playing this in a split screen so I can have the demon up. Sorry, I'm gonna need to fucking do some research on this. Hey buds, I'm back. I did a little bit of digging, a little bit of off-screen digging, and I did find the answer to this. It's in the game folders, and the password is parasite, all caps. So if you take this here, I already did this, but you type in the password, it brings you to here. And once you do that and you download the PDF, it opens this classified PDF. So I'm going to read through this. Also, I apologize for how long this has taken. This has been really confusing to me because, as I mentioned, I'm a total Luddite. I don't know anything about computers, and also my life has just been really hectic lately. I've had so much happening, so I appreciate you all bearing with me. Okay, with that out of the way, let's, can I zoom in? Can I zoom in on this, please? Please? Thank you. Okay, I'm going to read through this. Let me just get this to be a good size. There we go. Classified, a generalized guide to the creation of ultra-influencing works of any media. Introduction. This paper aims to provide a reliable guide intended to be used by the consequent leader of the Lawrence... How long is this? Okay, it's 4 pages. That's not too long. I think I'm going to do it. Materials and methods. The study was performed utilizing this method developed by Professor Lawrence and his colleague, Professor F.I. Riebkin. Aforementioned means of study, although relentlessly denied by modern neurophysiology, were necessary to negate the known limitation of the rational worldview. The Lawrence method was, among other influences, based on the works of Marcel Grial, practical Tibetan Buddhism, and some practices of Kabbalah and modern Satanism. Literature cited. I don't know if these are real. Like, I don't know if Marcel Grial is a real person or not, but, I mean, feel free to check that out, because I don't know. Results, the end of the paper partially declassified. Formal Bureau of Investigation. Oh, it's the FBI. Okay. Part 1, definition. First, let us define what we mean by ultra-influencing works of any media, or UIWAM. As we know, among centuries, a work of art would often surface, the popularity and meaning of which would often go beyond its author expectations and beliefs. Such item would oftentimes be extremely relatable or otherwise influential for almost each and every one of its consumers. After gathering enough popularity, the item would often act as though it had a mind of its own. Such behavior, though only seeming conscious, would almost always ensure the item's relative longevity and effectiveness in social manipulations. For obvious reasons, many individuals, mages, and secret orders have attempted to create and control such items with varying degrees of success. It's like a memetics thing, is what I'm getting. With the growing spread of the World Wide Web, the UIWAM have taken many new forms. They now possess a generally lower lifespan, however vary in effects much more than their predecessors. We may see ideas, zeitgeist reflections, infectious personalities, and so on. They all go under the generalized term meme. I knew it. Memetics is like a real thing. I don't really know anything about philosophy. I'm sorry, I'm failing you, but it is a real thing. It's not, like, this makes sense. I'm so tired. We must not confuse those with the orthodox social engineering tools, such as online propaganda. However, the two often go hand in hand. When not made by accident, the inherently occult UIWAM require a very specific process of creation and nurturing. As stated in many most outrageous and thus often closest to the truth conspiracy theories, the FBI are known to use them. This partly explains the recently uncovered Farm Fields project. Okay. Vast cattle farms discovered near Pentagon. There is such a rabbit hole to go on. So many rabbit holes with all these different links. I will try to leave some of these links in the articles down in the description. I don't know if I'm going to get them all, but check them out. I highly encourage you to, because they sound, if nothing else, really fucking weird and interesting. Part 2, goals. We, the Fraternity of Lawrence, and I, W.A. Lawrence personally, aim to utilize the UIWAM for the good of humanity. I myself am willing to transcend the human condition in order blank. Classified. Part 3, the method. Theoretical base. The naturally appearing human-created UIWAM are no rare phenomena. However, such methodology, I can't talk tonight, introduces severe limitations to the practice. Let's be real, I can never talk ever. 1. Unpredictability. It's almost impossible to tell whether the noospheric imprints, works of art, produced by humans have the qualities of UIWAM. The noosphere. I know this. I know the noosphere is like a real thing. I just don't know what it is. Oh god, I feel so stupid reading this. Commonly, the main condition for such an imprint to acquire the expected infectiousness is the patronage of an accordingly powerful noosphere dweller. Some artists and creators do indeed use certain blank in order to contact the dwellers. However, the results do not seem to show an increase in controllability and often lead to the complete annihilation of the author. 2. Lack of control over UIWAM. Due to the deity adopting and or temporarily inhabiting the UIWAM, its behavior remains at the whims of the noosphere dweller. As contact and control over the existing deities is out of the question, it's almost impossible to tell the ways in which the UIWAM life cycle will unravel. As a solution to these glaring problems, the Lawrence fraternity offers a method of manufacturing an artificial noosphere dweller, surrogate mother of controllable UIWAMs. The methodology was carefully extracted mainly from works of Marcel Grau. What are they talking about here? They're creating an entity that exists within the noosphere that is something like a deity but is not a deity. I think. I really don't know. M. Grial was an Africanist researching the life and mythology of the Dogon people. One of his most important discoveries was instrumental use of a certain family of mushrooms called the Tet. The Dogon seem to have found a way to communicate with one of the more suazable, I don't know what suazable means, higher class noosphere deities. For security purposes, we will not disclose its real name and refer to it as the Snake Eyes. That is referring to, what is that game? Shastai. Shastai is about the Tet mushrooms and the Dogon people and research into that. It might even be about Mgrowl, I don't remember, but I've played that. Link in the description. It is highly connected to this game. I thought it was just going to be Easter eggs. No, it really seems like it is actually like really connected. They're set in the same universe. So by modifying the traditional rituals of the Dogons, we were able to discover a reliable method for creating our own artificial noosphere dweller. B. Practical applications and risks. As the newly created dweller needs a psychic base for its existence, we had to gather a group of people who, for the purpose of this experiment, were all told to create a tulpa with a predetermined appearance. While the brethren believed that the individual tulpas belonged to them only, and didn't have any way of contacting each other, the very starting conditions, same tulpa appearance, character, and the same meditation practices, have led to the birth of a psychic creature that persisted beyond their individual minds. From now on, the creature will be referred to as L. Am I crazy? Am I crazy? Or is that Lila? Is that saying that Lila is a noosphere dweller that is created by a bunch of people imagining the same thing? I'm thinking that is what Lila is, and that is so cool. The combined vision of her character would form an ever-changing yet relatively lively noosphere dweller that was completely artificial in her nature. That's Lila. That's gotta be Lila. There's no other L, her, weird thought form deity thing. It has to be Lila. Okay. Mystery somewhat solved. I know who Lila is. A little bit more than I did before. We were sure not to accidentally invite any existing archetypal deity into the process, as it would introduce uncontrollable consequences. The existing archetypes are considered by far the most powerful and least controllable noosphere dwellers. History shows cases of large-scale calamities induced by trying to use the archetypes of the blank, for example. This is due to their universality. The more people know about a dweller, the more characteristics as well as psychic energy it borrows. Thus, some archetypes which exist in every person's mind from birth should be kept completely out of the discussion. They would be way too powerful and unpredictable. C. Maintenance. The artificial dweller we created was given vampiric behavioral qualities due to better controllability. We would have a means of stopping its activity almost instantly by cutting the source of nourishment. In order for L to exist, it needs a fixed amount of so-called psychic energy. In the more primitive times, the main way of releasing it was human sacrifice. As the human race developed, ancient Egyptians were the first to acquire a sort of psychic accumulator. Instead of archaic human murder, they'd use a quantitative, yet less powerful method of animal sacrifice. We utilize the same technique in order to feed L. For these reasons, the Brethren have a functioning cattle/critter farm. What kind of critters? Critters is a very vague term, but they're doing animal sacrifice for Lila. I don't think that's good. Emergency handling. In the unlikely scenario we lose control over... Yeah, unlikely. Real unlikely, buddy. All the necessary steps of regaining it are described in the locked document on the main computer. The password for the document is First Gold. Jot that down, everybody. First Gold, all caps. The instructions regarding complete elimination of the artificial new dweller are present in the same file. Conclusion and achievements. As a result of our efforts, we're able to successfully implement a stable UIWAM pipeline, a detailed report on each created UIWAM, their effectiveness evaluation and lifespans can be found at blank. Alright, here are some of the more prominent items. 98H is cancelled, so these are other noospheric entities, I think. Of leg bones, 8 months. Some of the variants can still be found in secluded image boards. However, they seem to be lacking any of the initial psychic impulse, natural end of lifespan. Datadog, still active at the moment of the paper's release, is not L's child. A detailed report, among others, can be found at blank. So Datadog is an entity in the noosphere, I think is what they're saying. T, still active at the moment of this paper's release. First successful child of L. T has diverged from the expected meme format and was given a longer lifespan. Despite the significant raise in vitality due to the change of medium, T seems to have not amassed the required amount of blank. So they're saying there's another, that Lila has a child named T that stands for something. I don't, maybe the tower? They've mentioned the tower before. That would be my only guess. Okay, this is really weird and really fascinating, and we have the password. First gold. Let's go type that into the computer. Okay, I'm in the game again. After that wild diversion, there's this locked document. The password is all caps. First gold. And so it is. So it is. It's the remainder of the document you've read before. Okay. Emergency handling. In an unlikely case of L going out of control, it's useless trying to regain control. Kill her. Yes, you've read correctly, my dear William. Lila needs to be no more. The only way to stop her existence is by getting rid of all her hosts, including William. Anybody who has ever come in contact with her is a potential host. Well, that's not easy. After all, if nobody knows about her, she can feed off their energy, but without human hosts, she can't do anything. So it's literally like a thought infection. If you know about her, she can start feeding on you. You're a liability. You need to die. That is crazy. She is a construct of thought, unable to live independently of people's knowledge of her. Remember that, Will. Oh, okay. What do I do now? What do I do with that knowledge? I really shouldn't go back here. Okay. Do I just leave? This has been quite an adventure. Like I said, I'm sorry it's taken so long. I've had to record this on like 4 separate days. I just am so busy with full-time work and everything. Oh, Jesus, howdy. I'm Special Agent Arnold Hill. William Clark, correct? Please come with us, would you? Okay. I got an achievement. Did I get an ending? Did I get an ending? The Hierophant. I don't think I got the Hierophant before. Okay. Let's go to use office. See what he has to say. Pick a card. Yep, Hierophant is new. Let's go. So, a Hierophant. Will has come a long way to learn the truth behind the fraternity, didn't he? Yeah, right. A lot of hoop jumping just to learn what I could have already told him myself. By the way, that fire was your men's job, wasn't it? Yes, it was us. The police set the fire? Okay, well, maybe not the police, maybe the FBI or whoever you was with. Obviously, Lawrence was unaware of the FBI knowing of UIWAM. Moreover, we've been utilizing them proactively for the last 10 or 15 years. We were a bit late with the fire, though. Now, Lawrence is in a place where there is no time at all. So as you who stole all my food, they set the fire to eliminate all the people who knew about Lila, but Will, who had ties to Father Lawrence, was not in the building when it was set on fire and allowed Lila to slip out in his mind. Oh, I'm making connections here. He called Lawrence when I was asleep. I know. What did they talk about? Did he read what was in the secret file? Come on, detective. You know I'm curious. What was written here? I'm not sure if you're playing with me here, Lila. You're a haze composed of many human minds intersecting, a construct of thoughts of many hosts. Wait, how do you... As long as there are humans who know about you, as long as you have hosts, you can't be killed. So, are you going to just... There doesn't seem to be a different way to do it. I'm so sorry, Oh? Oh my god? Well, that actually closed the game. But it looks like everything is still here. I didn't mean to click that, actually. Okay. No. Okay, no, good. Okay. This has been a lot. This has been crazy. I know it's only one ending, but this sets us up for a lot of other endings, because now that I have that demon, I can try to find out other endings. My mind is pouring out of my ears. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you for sticking with me, despite my completely ridiculous schedule and slowness, and I'm really trying here. And if you are watching, I appreciate you so much. You're the best. I'll see you next time. Still gonna finish this game, no matter how long it takes. Until next time, research the noosphere, because, oh my god, I don't know. I don't even know. See you then. Cha-ching.